So kidnappers killed 3 of their victims and our first lady wants us to pray. What's up, people? It's your girl Adola. A whole family was kidnapped. A father and his 6 daughters. The father was released to go and gather 60 million naira as ransom, only for the dead body of one of his daughters, Nabeeha, to be sent to him as a warning that it's taking too long to gather money. Wow. The al-kadriyar family, just one of 3 families, by the way, that were kidnapped in Buhari this January, just this January. This is happening at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. It's heartbreaking enough that too many people have been victims of these bandits because of the I don't care attitude of our government. I mean, everybody is talking about the death of Nabeeha on Twitter, on social media, and the president didn't even see that as another reason to identify with the people in our sorrow. What am I even talking about? More than 300 people were killed in Plateau State last month on Christmas Eve, and the president did not go there or publicly address it. I know they said he sent the vice president, and I'm like, okay, so how many people have to die for the president himself to show up? I guess 300 is not enough. I mean, the man has time to show up for Femi Adesina's book launching. Femi Adesina wrote a book about working with Buhari. The president has time to go for that book launching, but he cannot go to where 300 of his citizens were slaughtered on Christmas Eve. Guys, it doesn't even matter what country it is. If 300 human beings should be slaughtered on Christmas Eve, the president will go there. In any other country, that is all the media will talk about. Security will be heightened all across where it happened, but not in Nigeria. Unfortunately though, a lot of people still like to defend the failure of our government to ensure the safety of the lives of every Nigerian simply because they are not directly affected. However, if you think that Plateau is far, let me tell you, it is gradually moving closer. A few years ago, if anyone had said, oh, this could happen in Abuja, I would say no. And I would think that Minister Wike would be concerned about issues like this. Instead, the man is busy with Rivers politics. But what I don't understand is our first lady, while sympathizing with the family on Twitter, which is good that she's sympathizing, but I don't understand her calling on Nigerians to pray. Do you people even know that you are the government? Do they even know that they are the ones in control of the security forces? Yes, we should always pray, but prayer without works is dead. Somebody's children are in captivity. Every minute counts, every hour counts. You have all the resources to help them, to be an answer to their prayers. Madam, if your own children should be kidnapped, would you come on Twitter telling us to pray? The police keep saying that they are on top of it since January 7th. Haba, would they take this long if it's the daughter of a governor, a politician, or an influential person? Can we please stop insulting God in Nigeria? No, for real, because everything is now God's work. Even God must be tired of us Nigerians. He's probably sitting there like, why bring me into this equation? Why bring me into this matter? I have made you a first lady. Your husband is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You have everything you need to make a difference. If our police really want to track down anyone, they would. Those people are communicating by phone. No, be so. What is the point of the NIN and BVN as well? I mean, all this data that the government has collected, Biko, enough. Enough of all these senseless killings in Nigeria. In a sane country, we would have declared a state of emergency with all the kidnappings going on. Now people are shouting, kidnapping epidemic. We have been shouting for years. But people didn't take it seriously because it did not affect them. Now it's starting to affect them. So please, Madam First Lady, after tweeting, asking people for prayers, can you please talk to your husband? You guys should know exactly what the police are doing and what they are not doing and what they can still do. You obviously have access to whatever the security forces are doing. You can actually help this family, Madam First Lady. You can be the answer to their prayers. We don't need more prayers. What we need is action. Amen, somebody. Meanwhile, we're still waiting to hear from the presidency about the 3 billion naira that the president, through Honorable Amila, allegedly approved for Madam Betta Edu to verify National Social Register. For now, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, has said that we should be patient. So we are being patient. We're waiting to know if truly President Tinubu approved taking 3 billion naira from the COVID palliative fund. Wait, so there's still billions left from the money that Buhari was supposed to use to feed people during COVID lockdown? La ilaha illallah. Why are people so wicked? Some bought the food, they locked them away while people were hungry. And now we're finding out there's still billions left that, oh God. So our new president, Tinubu, now allegedly approved using 3 billion from that money to verify National Social Register. Verify. I mean, what does that even mean? I don't get it. In any case, this is what the man said. He said, I'm sure that the EFCC has seen that memo from the Office of the Chief of Staff and they're doing something about these findings. Let us allow them to do their work. Let us not double investigate the same issue or engage in a media trial on an issue under investigation. Nigerians should exercise patience. Okay now, Daddy, no problem. We are waiting. We are exercising patience. But you will not sweep this under the carpet. 3 billion? The devil is a liar. Now, speaking of which, guys, what exactly is going on in Ethiopia? How is it that Ethiopia has started another war already? I don't get it. We were just talking about the Tigray war. Yes, the one against the TPLF, which claimed more than 600,000 lives between 2020 and 2022. And then we blinked. And guess what? Ethiopia has started another war. I'm like, I don't get it. This time around between the government and the Amharas. That is one of the two largest ethnic groups in Ethiopia. I seriously look forward to when we will no longer kill ourselves in Africa because of ethnic issues. Are you guys not tired of, oh, you are this ethnic group, I'm this, so we'll kill each other? Baba. And then we'll say that there is racism in America. There's the racism that we are practicing towards ourselves, Google, is more than the ones that they are doing abroad. It baffles me that we can be so racist towards our fellow human beings that are black like us. Like we're all black people, but we still kill each other because your own blackness is different from my own blackness. How does that make sense? The Amharas are neighbors with the Tigrayans where the war just ended, and they actually fought alongside the government of Ethiopia against the TPLF in the Tigray region. Now, after the war, the government did not disarm the TPLF, even though they said they would. They didn't disarm the TPLF that they were fighting. Guess what? They decided to disarm the Amharas that fought for the government. Of course, the Amharas refused. They insisted on keeping their weapons to protect themselves, as they've done for generations. So I found out that there's a long history of the Amharas owning weapons and defending themselves since the 1930s that the Italians invaded Ethiopia, trying to colonize them by fire by force. So it was with weapons that they were able to kick out the Italians that time. They refused to be colonized. By the way, the Amharas have their own militia group called the Fano. So because they refused to give the Prime Minister their weapons, the government declared a state of emergency and started a war against them. And they're not just getting attacked by the government, they're also being attacked by the Oromo Liberation Association. And I'm like, who declares civil war twice within 3 years? I don't know, is it just me, or does anyone else out there think that the Nobel Committee might have acted in haste by giving the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed the Nobel Peace Prize? I mean, because I don't understand how you can be waging 2 wars in 3 years. And this is against your own citizens. There has to be a better way of settling issues, Mr. Prime Minister. You can't just be going to war every time. We are begging you, Mr. Prime Minister, you need to put an end to all these senseless killings. As usual, a lot of innocent people, a lot of women, a lot of children will die because of some people's ego. And by the way, Somalia is also threatening to go to war against Ethiopia. I know, it's crazy. This is because Ethiopia for so long has been trying to have access to the sea, the Red Sea, for commercial purposes. By the way, if you read old texts, it looks like Ethiopia went all the way to the sea that time. But after the whole colonization, Ethiopia no longer has access to the sea. So for so long now, Ethiopia has been trying to get access to the Red Sea for commercial purposes. So on January 1st of this year, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, made a deal with the leader of Somaliland to lease 12 miles of its coastline to Ethiopia. Now, in return, Ethiopia is giving Somaliland's authorities a stake in their national airline, Ethiopian Airlines. And by doing this, Ethiopia has formally recognized Somaliland as a nation. The problem is, Somaliland used to be part of Somalia. Somaliland was colonized by the British. Somalia was colonized by the Italians. It's just like, you know, what happened in Cameroon. And then in 1991, Somaliland broke away, declared its own independence. And so they now print their own money. They have their own elections. But guess what? Since 1991, Somaliland has not been recognized by any other country or any UN member state until now that Ethiopia recognized them for business purpose. So Somalia is upset because as far as Somalia is concerned, Somaliland is still part of Somalia. That is what they believe. So Somalia is upset. People are protesting in Mogadishu, calling for Ethiopia to back out of that deal with Somaliland.
If you're hungry, you have to sell the house you live in. Our territorial waters and land are not for sale. The protesters say Somaliland has no right to conclude such an agreement, as it is not an independent state.
Wow, guys, we're really hoping that this will not escalate into a full-blown war. I mean, let all parties please talk this thing through. We are begging you. By the way, sorry guys. It's pepper. There's pepper in my mouth. But I ate suya. Suya on the spot in Houston, Texas. They sent me some suya. In fact, they sent me a lot of suya. Ooh, father, somebody get me water. They sent regular suya. They sent chicken suya. On top of that, they added all kinds of drinks for me, my people. Ooh, father, the ginger one is my favorite. Thank you so much, my mother. They also sent me masa, by the way. Thank you so much, my mother. Even though I'm a pepperless somebody, you know, the suya is just too good. I could not resist. It's a temptation, something. So if you live in Houston, Texas, this is their address on the screen. Make sure that you check them out. They ship nationwide though, if you're wondering. Man, in fact, I need to order some for my friend. Thank you so much, Suya, on the spot. I need more water. I beg, more water. Did you guys click the thumbs up button yet? Thank you so much for always watching. Please share this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're yet to. Alright, y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping you right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, I'm watching you on Plasma TV. Press the subscribe button and the bell button. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace out.